this one's kind of a fun one. So we got this Honda Accord. Code will be up on the screen. Can't remember off the top of my head because it doesn't really matter. Pretty much need the spool valve replaced. Didn't want to fork over all the money for all the parts and labor, so they went with just this top section, which comes with new gaskets, new plates, new pressure sensors, solenoids, everything. But upon reading, it doesn't really help anything because the bottom half has still got problems. And after doing this job, in fact, code came right back after driving it for a couple miles, which again, which was completely expected, I guess. Hoping, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tear this off, tear this off, tear this off, and get down to the actual valve and the whole assembly itself. And we will get that out and hopefully get that code to go away. Because as of right now, it's really rough ride idle. Yeah, it's obviously not getting enough oil, I'm assuming, or yeah, I'm not exactly sure what sets up that code, but something's not right, so let's fix it the right way this time. For the second time, which is more annoying than the first time when you got to do it all over again. But it doesn't matter because you're going to do it right the first time and not waste your time. Got the new part in, started. Here's what the full part should look like. Comes with new sensors, solenoid. That's what should have been installed the first time. Oh well. Get those 3 wires out of the way. .10mm bolt down here holding up this bracket. I may have to unhook the alternator. So we got these down here for the okay, there's that one. Here's for the O2 sensors. And then just push in. pinch the insides. There. Should give us enough room to clear what we need to clear. Get clear. Time to get to the fun stuff. So we're gonna take off this top plate right here, which I think there's 12 of them. 10 millimeters.
These last two are nuts, so I'm doing them last. They're for studs.
So to save yourself a lot of trouble, leave all your screws in them, just like that. We'll just set it off to the side safely somewhere. Because there's gonna be a lot of bolts in this removal, so you really don't want to be trying to guess. And you need all these bolts. It's not like when you work on something else and you're like, hey, I got extra parts. You don't want extra parts right now. So now, while I got that off, I'm gonna just remove some hoses, which you can barely see, but you got this. I know you can do it. And of course, remove your negative battery terminal. Okay, so that ain't gonna work. I'll need something smaller for that. There we go. This is going to look pretty intimidating. Don't be intimidated. There's a lot of stuff to take off, but it's not hard, I promise. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not very smart. You're way smarter than me. So actually, can I leave the throttle body on? No, it is not worth it. Okay. It says, a lot of times it gives you the steps, which you guys can't see because you have to pay for them, but it tells you, hey, you can do this, 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 and this, and then you get into it and you're just like, that was really unnecessary. So, you know, that's something you got to look at. What can you avoid doing? Leaving the throttle body on looks very much counterproductive. 0.5 millimeter. Look how tiny. Look how itty bitty. There it is. So I have to take that off so I can get both those hoses out. Alright. So there's a bunch of 10s and 12s. So I'll start with all the 10s because that's what's loaded. 12 time. I'm gonna need 2 hands, but there's 4 on the throttle body. Also take care of this bracket, which is just 2 10mm nuts holding on that wiring harness. And see how it's nice and loose. So I did have to remove the throttle body. I guess the bolts were, these 2 bottom bolts were in there. Okay. And the same as before, you want to leave all your screws in there. Really no sense in trying to figure out what goes where. All right, valve cover gasket time. Get rid of the bracket. Slide those back in. Now I'm gonna just start going around removing them. Here's one.
Here. 2. 3. Couple down here.
5, and then there's 2 down here. There's 2 10mm holding on another, looks like a bracket, or looks like it goes into the, ooh, those aren't moving. I don't know if those are necessary yet, I'll let you know, but okay, just looking around. Yeah, it looks like just 7 bolts. It just doesn't seem right. But I don't see anything else. So let's break the bond and we'll see what happens. So, okay, easy enough. Just a couple bolts. And again, here's the old gasket. All right, so to get this part out, we gotta lift up on this assembly. Yeah, this assembly's gotta come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12s, and possibly 110. We'll see what happens with this. But we only need to lift this up just far enough to get this off, so. We take these 2 bolts off. Oh. And get rid of the dipstick also. Okay. Bear with me for a moment, I lost my overhead light. So let's start. Okay, yep, we're loose now. This side's not going to be loose because what we need to do is pry up over here. We need to get this. Sorry, I know this is really chrome and shiny, but unfortunately, like I said, I've lost my overhead light, so that's what we're going to have to deal with. Break that loose. I'm just gonna you can have this angle. Essentially, just gotta get it pried up. The spool valve is actually, there we go, held in by Honda bond. So there we go. So we're gonna gently lift everything up, just enough to slide this valve off. That's it. And that could be put back. So here it is. So now we gotta get the surface all cleaned up. Got the new valve. Got some gasket maker. The Honda stuff's just way too expensive. This stuff will do the trick. Okay, what am I stuck on here? Okay, got that. I guess you don't have to remove that after all. Oh, that's what I did not want to do. Now it's going to spill out, and that's fine. We can clean it up in a little bit, but we got to wait 1 hour for it to start to get a little tacky. In the meantime, I can go ahead and just start, make sure all these are in. Tighten up these all the way just because I want to be able to torque them down. I just needed to drive them in, but they're all still fairly loose. Time to go with the torque wrench and
just want to start in the middle, work your way out. Yeah, it's all 16 foot-pounds. Now, wait now.
these things are in there pretty good, so we're just going to find an edge to get it underneath that rubber. Oh, there you go. That's out. Put the 3 in and we'll tap them in. But you never know. But you never know. Yeah, that should be fine. So last but not least, now we gotta take off all the gaskets around the current screws. And add these nice new ones. Make sure these are lined up. It's perfect. Everything's torqued down. So, put on the valve cover. Because again, we can still torque down that. We can still torque down that solenoid over there without it. So. Okay, actually fit on there really nicely. Gasket looks good. So it goes long, short, short, long, long. Okay, break out my little guy and got it down to 83 inch-pounds. So now the valve cover gasket is on, done. We got the solenoid tightened up. Everything is good, and now it's time to put the top back on. All right, it's been a couple days, so I'm hoping we left off with the valve cover, so that should be done in the video. I don't know. We're gonna move on though. We got a lot of stuff to do. So now we're going to inspect that gasket down there, which actually that gasket looks really good. And we're going to take the intake and slide it over. Two studs. Okay. You have to do this while getting everything out of the way. And then we also want to get the throttle body back on. There we go. Yeah, that's sat down on there really nice. You might not even have to remove these two. I don't know. You guys have to figure that out. Hand. I want to start them by hand. I'm going to drive them down with power tool, just because that's going to save me a lot of time in the long run. But you never want to torque them down. I mean, you want to make sure you torque them down. You don't want to use the power tools and so you came too far at this point to cross thread or snap a bolt off.
These two nuts are for the two studs in here. As you wind them up in. It's no longer video, but it's going to show you everything you need to do, not just the spool valve or whatnot. Oh look, I couldn't find a single video on everything. That's right here on my channel though.
Alright, so this is twice. There's one right here. I think it's hard to see or something. I don't know, but I keep missing it. I'll go with the torque specs and get those bolts torqued down. Oh. There's also, you know, 2 studs up here. And I'll drive these down. I'll pinch that and just push it over. And those 2 little 10mm nuts that are over there. And now we have to get these 2 10mm bolts for here and here. Get that throttle body, get into the air intake properly. Very tight fit. All right, so hardest one is this little one down here.
I'm going to somehow line up this top one right here. Okay. And this little coolant hose right here. There we go. I'll fix that one later. We'll get this one onto this. That's just air.
Okay, let's put this in there right now, and then we'll... Okay. You got a hose back here. Again, this looks intimidating because there's so much stuff, but it's really not that bad. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that hose back there. Next is these 2 brackets. I don't really know what this bracket is for. It's the smaller one, and then the larger one goes up top. The 2 10mm bolts. You can go ahead and get this and slide this up and over the okay. So there's that. Got these 2 down here. Get the clip. Everything is done up here. We're gonna do the coil packs next. While I'm up here, I can plug that in. And plug this in. There. Now coil pack time. And then last but not least, we get that 10mm bolt holding on the wiring harness for the alternator.